As school districts across South Carolina are dealing with teacher shortages, lawmakers are pushing a bill they say could bring some relief.
The proposal would add the state to an interstate teacher mobility compact, making it easier for licensed teachers from other states to start teaching here without long delays. State House reporter Stephen Biddix has a closer look.
More people are moving to South Carolina, bringing their families with them. That means more students in our public schools. A new bill would allow teachers from other states to bring their credentials with them. If South Carolina joins this compact, their previous certifications could be valid here.
We need more educators.
South Carolina lawmakers are advancing a bill to join a teacher licensing compact with about a dozen other states, allowing licensed teachers to easily transfer credentials and start teaching in another state. Dina R. Cruz, president of the South Carolina Education Association, says the bill makes it easier to recruit and hire out-of-state educators.
Many of them had been teaching for a number of years, so to have to go through another process to show that they're qualified to teach was really a waste of time.
A Center for Educator Recruitment, Retention, and Advancement report shows the number of open jobs are improving from recent years, but there's still more than 700 vacancies.
If we ease this licensure burden for teachers looking to move from these other compact states, it makes us an incredibly competitive place when they're looking to decide where to live.
The bill still lets South Carolina reject applicants who don't meet its licensing standards, keeping the state in control of who enters its classrooms.
So if South Carolina doesn't want K-5 teachers coming from other states, they want to be homegrown K-5 teachers, South Carolina has the power to do that.
But others, like Greenville Republican Stephen Frank, worry some compact states require DEI training as a part of their certification. He also believes that if the compact ever pushes for uniform licensing standards, South Carolina could lose control over its own requirements.
But there's nothing prohibiting this commission from just doing its other thing, saying let's have some more uniformity, and now as part of our rules, member states will include so many hours of this DEI or gender affirming care.
South Carolina already participates in similar compacts, like one for nurses. Now that the bill has passed out of the House committee, it will head to a full House vote. Reporting at the State House, I'm Stephen Biddix.